Madam, for inviting me for this important session. And students, I think I'm glad to meet you here in this evening. So I would like to share some of my experience and thoughts to ensure that you are, motivated so that you can enjoy your life and career with this very important BIT degree program offered by University of Moratuwa. So, uh, so today I'm going to discuss some of the very important points to ensure that you strive towards your BIT degree and you very properly complete the degree program with right knowledge set and skill set, and so that later you can become one of the important highlighted IT professionals in the country. So when it comes to your journey, I think there are a few important points to discuss. One is when it comes to your career, when it comes to your career and when it comes to your life, one important thing is, right? One very important thing is you must have burning desire. You must have burning desire to win your dreams, right? So today we are going to talk about how to acquire this burning desire. Number two is when it comes to achieving your dreams and when you progress in your career, one of the other very important thing is actually having the right mindset. Right mindset. Right mindset. Then there's another very important thing, having the profitable habits. And finally, how to have the profitable skills. For example, if you really want to become a great BIT degree holder and if you really want to become great IT professional, you must have burning desire to become great IT professional, and you must have the right mindset to become great IT professional, and you must have profitable skill to become great IT professional, and you must have profitable habits to become great IT professional. If I just do a simple example, when it comes to engineer pass out from Ministry of Moratuwa, say one field, whatever the specific field, their salaries can maybe range from, just after passing out, 50,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees. Same degree, with the same class, one will get 50,000 and the other one will get 500,000 soon after passing out, because the one who gets 500,000, he has right mindset, profitable habits, and profitable skills where corporates are ready to pay that amount, and that the corporates know that he or she can add 10 times that salary, where they don't feel at all any risk of paying such a salary, right? So when it comes to your life, it is not that 3 letters BID is very important, but it's an entry qualification. So if you really go beyond that, you must have the right mindset, right profitable habits, and profitable skill set. Having said that, let's start with something. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a very big round of applause for each one of you. Very big round of applause for each one of you. Big round of applause for each one of you. Very big one. Big round of applause. Bigger one. Bigger round of applause for each one of you. Right? Why? Because you must respect you and love you if you really want to achieve your dreams, right? And self-love is very important, right? Already you have passed so many exams. You have passed grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then maybe the BIT entry examination, and maybe first year or semester 1, semester 2. So you have to respect you. Self-love is very important to energize yourself. When you love yourself, you try to take care of your life. You try to take care of yourself. You try to learn the maximum from the BIT program. You try to have very good dreams and goals. And you try to acquire profitable habits and skills. When you love only, all these things will happen. You must have unlimited self-love. Give yourself a hug and say, I love me. I love me. Do it. Give yourself a hug and say, I love me. Again, give yourself a hug and say, I love me. And please use the chat box. And please type there, I love me. And put your name. I love me, Ranil. And put it, I love me, Ranil. If your name is Nimal, put I love me, Nimal. Right? Likewise, please use the type chat box. Please put I love me, your name. Do it. Okay, amazing, Madam Vishaka. I love me, Vishaka. Amazing, amazing. To all the others, I love me, Chami. They're amazing. Super. Don't do it privately. Do it publicly. Right? Say it publicly. I love me. Amazing. How about the others? You must have the courage to do that. Don't worry, right? Don't do it privately. Do it publicly. I love me, luxury. Amazing. Amazing. Do it. And I encourage you to do it. I want more such comments. Oh, so many is coming. So many comments are coming. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. When you start loving you, miracles can happen. Right? Miracles can happen. Because most of the time, you are blaming yourself. Right? Even though you are having a very good life, sometimes you may say yourself, why the hell I am born? Even though you are born in a great country, Sri Lanka, sometimes you may ask yourself, why the hell I am born in Sri Lanka? Right? If you are married, even though you have an amazing marriage life, once in a while you may feel like, why the hell I'm married? And even though you love your BIT degree program offered by University of Moratuwa, sometimes you may feel like, why the hell? Why the hell I started BIT? So ladies and gentlemen, most of us, most frequently, either inert about ourselves or negative about ourselves. We are not adequately loving ourselves. We are not adequately giving maitri to ourselves. It's very important, giving maitri, kindness, love to ourselves. That's very, very important. And I'd like to tell a small story. I had an opportunity to do a training program for one of these IT companies. And I think as far as I remember, it had about 100 IT computer engineers, software engineers. And I just went there and asked, how many of you have thanked you yourself? Right? Thank you yourself. When I asked this question in the garment or apparel industry, because I have done so many training in apparel industry, when I asked this question, how many of you have thanked you yourself? How many of you have thanked you yourself? In the apparel industry, it's very hard to find at least 1 out of 1,000 people who thank himself or herself. But when I went to this IT company, and when I asked this question, out of 100 engineers, more than 20 raised hand. They said, I have thanked myself. Right? They said, I have thanked myself. And then I just ask, hands up those who thank you yourself every day. Then there are about close to 10 engineers who raised the hand. Then I just ask, the question a little differently. I just ask, how many of you have, or how many of you are thanking your brain every day? There are 7, 8 engineers saying that I'm thanking my brain every day. And then I ask another question. How many of you are thanking your brain every hour? Then there is one engineer. Then I just ask, how many of you are thanking your brain once in every 10 minutes? He raises his hand again. And the CEO of this company stood and said, Ranil, I was so shocked to see his brain power. He's such an intelligent, skillful IT computer engineer that sometimes even our international partners get his support to solve some difficult problems. His brain works perfectly. I was so curious to know it, and only your coming discovered that. Thank you very much, Ranil. And we also must start thanking our brains once in every 10 minutes. You must be knowing that Einstein was kept out of the class saying that you are a fool. What did Einstein do? When he was kept out of the class by the teachers, you are a fool. What Einstein did was, he actually thanked his brain 1,000 times every day. Even though my teacher says I'm a fool, I have a great brain. I love my brain. Ultimately, Einstein was able to prove that his brain is one of the superb brain during this period. So ladies and gentlemen, thanking you, thanking your brain, thanking your face, thanking your hair, thanking your body will definitely bring you to the peak performance stage. More and more you thank your brain, more and more your brain will help you to pass BIT, get bright colors, be a great programmer, find a great job, and to achieve all your dreams. But don't forget that it's not only the brain, but also the full body. You have to thank your body as well. Right? That's very important. When you thank your brain, when you thank you, your smile is so beautiful. Right? Then you feel like you must respect you. And when you feel like you must respect you, then you feel like learning BIT. You try to shine in the badge, right? You want to achieve your dreams. You like to dress nicely, and many miracles can happen. If you can understand what I've been talking about, this thanking yourself, if you can understand it 100%, please type 100%. 100% in the chat box. 100% in the chat box. Please type 100% in the chat box. If you understand what I've been talking to you, right? 100%. Amazing. Amazing. Usually start with Madam Nanakara. Thank you. Right? 100%. I'm expecting more and more comments from you, ladies and gentlemen, because you should give 100% maitri, 100% kindness, 100% love to yourself. Right? Because
Ranil, if I may intervene a bit.
can...
Ranil, if students, I think you can send messages to everyone, right? Or to Ranil sir. They
Exactly.
send messages to me, but I think, yeah, they should be able to do that.
They can do it publicly, madam, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Irfani, can you try? Somebody, can you try, please?
Because then all the others got to know that, this person also say, I can do it. So they also feel motivated.
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
Exactly.
Can you try? At least can everybody send message to everyone? Just ha. We can't. Sumudu, that's yeah. So I just wanted to hold on. Ranil, this is logged in from Sumudu's account. So
Yes, yes, yes.
Madam,
yeah, they can't send messages. What do we do?
shall I edit the settings?
Yeah, I think
To
probably.
public, so that whatever they put, it will appear as public, so that each one
No,
knows
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's a security session because they send it to me.
Even to me, it comes to me actually.
They
comes
as
to me
direct
as well.
messages, yeah. But
Yeah.
so I think we will, for now, you can send messages to Ranil sir, and we will try to resolve it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't send it to me because Ranil sir can't see what you send to me. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, madam. So, ladies and gentlemen, have the habit of thanking yourself at least once in every hour for something. For example, if you were able to finish your assignment, say thank you. Thank you, Ranil, for helping me to finish my assignment. Thank you. And for example, if you're able to solve a problem with a friend of you, then say thank you. Thank you, Ranil, for helping me to solve that problem with Nimal. So if you are able to prepare a nice, amazing cup of tea for your mom, say yourself, thank you for giving me that talent to prepare this type of amazing cup of tea for my mom, right? So if you can find something to thank you in every 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen, you get connected to yourself. That's very important. You must get connected to yourself, because sometimes we are not connected to ourselves. Okay, so when you start thanking, acknowledging yourself, your body and mind and spirit can get connected, and that is very important to become great, right? So have the habit of thanking you. Find something to thank you, right? Find something to thank you every 1 hour, if possible, every 10 minutes, right? That's very important. That's very important, right? And that is the ultimate stage of Maitri. If you can do that, you start finding the good things around you, people around you, opportunities, rather than your mind goes for negativity. Right? When we start thanking to feel like I must do something to myself, my family, my profession, my country, and the planet Earth. You get this feeling. When you get this feeling, you can draw your vision forward. A nice picture of you, board. If your name is, say, Sunita, just put Sunita De Silva. Just below that, put BITUON. That is your qualification. And if you want to put more qualification, for example, after BIT you want to get an MSc, you can put. And then you can put IT manager. Say, I just put in a name, IFS. This is you. This is your dream. This is you. Right? And ladies and gentlemen, you know that why you do BIT. You want to be an IT expert in one of the leading companies. There's a purpose in doing BIT. And even you can put your salary, your preferred salary, say 200,000 per month during the year 2023. You know that in about 2 years, you are earning 200,000 per month from one of these leading IT organizations, being an IT expert, having BIT from University of Moratuwa. Then, ladies and gentlemen, you should go out of you. You have to draw your parents and your brother and sister together with yourself. And you must have great plans with them. Maybe as an IT engineer, one day you want to bring all of them to a foreign country. That's a great dream from your money. So, plan and say you are bringing them to Singapore in 2025. And of course, you can draw your dream car, say, I don't know, whatever the car or jeep. You can draw your dream house. And don't forget the country. You have to say, what are you going to give your country? As an IT expert or entrepreneur, what can you give to your country? Draw that. Right? Draw that. What can you give to your village? Draw that. So this is a vision. So you're going to get this BIT, not for the sake of getting BIT, but rather you want to get this type of salary, right? Good designation, working for a great company. You want to help your parents. You want to have your dream car. You want to construct your dream house. You want to serve the country. You want to help your village. And when you feel like this is tough, BIT is tough, I cannot do it. When you feel like that, you have to visualize this. You have to see this and feel like you are earning 200,000. You are driving your dream car. You are helping your parents. And when you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you will get tons of energy. And when you do this, you will get to know that only having BIT 3 letters is not sufficient. You have to get the right mindset, right habit set, right skill set to command this salary. Because at the end of the day, BIT, like BSc engineering, is just an entry qualification. It doesn't guarantee anything unless you develop yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where you have to improve your mindset, you have to improve your habits, you have to improve your skill set, and you have to have everlasting motivation. Right? If you understand what we're talking about so far, please type, I understand. Please type, I understand. Please type, I understand. Please type, I understand, ladies and gentlemen. Just type, I understand. Right? Very good. Very good, Shara. Very good, Pooja. Very good, Chamidu. Very good, Rochelle. Amazing. Very good, Lakshi. Very good, Harindu. Very good, Sewandi. Very good, Ifani. Very good, Sharma. Very good, Janaka. Amazing, superb. You understood it. You understood it. Amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, if you see uncomfortable seeing all of these things, if you see uncomfortable, see that you are having BIT by 2023 or something like that, you have to actually increase your confidence. When it comes to your confidence, I mean, you have 3 brains. This is your head brain. It has 3 sides. The left side, the logical brain, the analytical brain. Touch your left side of your brain and say, I'm so thankful to my left brain. It is helping me to think logically. It's helping me to program. It's helping me to pass my BIT. This is your left side of your brain. That is very important brain. And the right side of brain will give you innovation and creativity. Unless you use your right side of your brain, you can't be a genius. If you really want to be a genius, you have not only use your left brain, but rather the right side of your brain. And massage your right side of your brain. I love my right brain. I love my right brain. Do it. In the middle is another brain. This is called third eye brain, which gives you intuition. And your head brain consists of 3 parts: the left side of analytical brain, the right side of creative brain, and the middle side of intuitive brain. And to become a great IT professional, you need all 3. And this is your heart brain. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the latest neuroscience, your heart brain has neurons. It has a memory. And your heart brain will definitely help you to dream big. Dream big. Dream big about you. Dream big about your family. Dream big about your profession. Dream big about your company. Dream big about your country. And dream big about planet Earth. And your heart brain will help you to understand people. And your heart brain is very important component. And sometimes our heart brains are filled with jealousy, frustration, anger, hatred, and many negative things where you have to eliminate all these things. The best way to eliminate all these things is to do Maitri meditation. You have to extend Maitri, kindness, and empathy and mudita, daya, everybody around you. And if you do that, your heart brain helps you to dream big and understand people and work with anyone in your company, because that is one very important thing that IT engineer must possess, the heart brain side of it. And thirdly, your gut brain. Your third brain is inside your stomach. According to the latest neuroscience, your stomach has neurons and a memory. And if you feel unconfident, it means your gut brain is not working. When it comes to training of soldiers, it can be Army, Navy, and Air Force. I've given so much of training to the stomach area, because without which, when the terrorist comes, they don't go front, but rather they go back actually. Because they are given so much of training to this area, the stomach area, right? They have confidence to face the enemy. When it comes to IT engineer, if you really want to be an extraordinary IT engineer, I think this confidence counts a lot, actually speaking. And sometimes you don't have the confidence even to pass the next semester, next subject, BIT. And in that case, there is a mechanism to enhance confidence. That is actually, you have to move your hip area like this, right? You have to look at your vision board that is done in a Bristol board. Move your hip and say, I can get my BIT degree by 2022, and I can be an expert in IT at a great company by 2022, and I can earn 200,000 by 2022. I can bring my parents and my family to Singapore by 2025. I can drive my dream car by 2025. I'm going to finish my house by 2030. I can pass this why is a difficult subject this time very nicely. So like when you move your hip, what happens is your stomach area get massaged. While you affirm these things, I can do this, I can pass BIT, I'm an IT engineer. While you affirm yourself, when you move your hip like this, what will happen is that your hip area, your stomach brain get the message and the confidence build up. The confidence build up, but don't forget to close your door when you do that. Otherwise, the other people might misunderstand what happened to you, right? So if you can do this exercise every day in the morning, in front of your vision board, please type every morning in the chat box. Every morning in the chat box, because that will boost your confidence, that will stimulate your stomach brain, that will actually align your head brain, heart brain, and the stomach brain together with your vision board with as to why you are doing BIT and why you should improve your habits, mindset, and skill set. And all these things will align together through this affirmative stomach, stimulating exercise. So if you can do this every morning, right? Please type in the chat box every morning, right? Amazing, Pooja, amazing. Amazing, Nidmi, amazing, 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 Ifani, amazing, Shanuka, amazing, superb, superb, that is great, superb, that is great, right? That is great. So you have to basically stimulate your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain to be successful IT engineer, right? And that's the only way to do it. And when you do that, automatically the rest of the things will be aligned to that. And then that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Having said that, so worried because then he said, "Sir, I cannot buy this." So then why you wanted to buy a Mercedes-Benz GLS? You can buy a cheaper vehicle rather than trying for a thing that is driven by millionaires like Mr. Damika Pereira. He has one. Then he said, "No, sir, I love this." But I told him that you have to become practical. It was something that is practical. He said, "No, no, I want to somehow buy this." Then I asked, "Why are you so worried? You're like almost very zero energy. Why?" "Sir, I was fired by 2 companies during this year. And this is my 3rd company. My boss told me that I'm giving you the last chance to go to Dr. Ranil Sugandha's training. And I will see your progress for next 1 to 2 months. And if you achieve the progress, I will keep you. Otherwise, I'm going to fire you." And then I asked him, "Why you are not performing?" He said, my stars are not good." Actually, there is some truth in astrology, but it can actually, astrology is a model to mathematically understand the karma. But karma is only one of the niyama dhammas. Karma niyama, dhamma niyama, ritu niyama, chitta niyama, adi vasem pahak tiyanava. So karma is just one. And astrology is a mathematical representation to understand the karma. I said, keep out the karma or the astrology. What exactly making you not achieving your organizational goals? Again, he said, it's the stars. Right? Then I said, forget about the Gaya. Why you are not achieving the targets given by the company? Then he said, "Sir, I got to field around 10 o'clock. And by that time, everybody is busy that, I can't make any sales." "Why you got late to go to field that much, sir? I need the 1.5 hours to get dressed and prepared." So apparently this guy is keeping the alarm at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. And what happens is, when the alarm is ringing, he gets up and he's doing like that for 2 hours, from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Right? Okay. And then what happens is, from 7 to 8:39, he very comfortably drinks a cup of tea and he gets ready. After that, then he goes to feel around 10, and by that time, everybody is busy. Then I asked him, "Why you cannot get up at 5 o'clock?" Then he says, "Sir, I feel sleepy." Then I ask, "Why you feel sleepy?" Then he says, "I go to bed around 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 a.m. "What are you doing until 1 a.m.? I asked. He says, "So from 9 o'clock in the evening, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., I am in the Facebook." I ask, what are you doing in the Facebook during these 4 hours? So I'm so glad to see what my friends doing. So I spent about 4 hours in the night to see it. And ladies and gentlemen, I told him that if you want to change your life, you have to take some calls. Right? I told him that there's a way out. If you can get up at 5 o'clock, if you can get ready by 6:30, if you can go to field by 7 o'clock, I am sure you can achieve your targets that you will become permanent in the organization. Would you like to do that? So I said, "No, it's possible." Right? I asked him to go to bed at 10 o'clock for 28 days so that he can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. What happens is, ladies and gentlemen, now the current situation is that at that point he was just about to be fired. Why? Because he's not performing. Why he's not performing? He's not performing. Why he's not performing? Because he go to field at 10 a.m. Why he goes to field at 10 a.m.? Because he leave home at 8 a.m. Why he leave home at 8 a.m.? Because it takes 1.5 hours to get ready. Why? And he, from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, he is actually sleeping. Why he is sleeping? Because he is in the Facebook in the previous night from 9 o'clock to 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Why he is in the Facebook from 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. 1 a.m. is because he really want to understand the one moon, not one moon, one moon of others. So he has a very, very bad value of finding unnecessarily the one moon of others, where he spent 4 hours in the Facebook, that he is he's going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, that he can't get up at 5, and he's sleeping until 7, and he's having a bad habit of drinking his cup of tea for 1.5 hours, and he goes to the field at 10 a.m. and he's not performing. So actually speaking, his not performance is connected to his value of finding the one moon. But my point? So I told him that there's no point of finding the one moon of others. You go to Facebook for half an hour, 1 hour, but don't waste 4 hours. Go to bed early, get up at 5 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, 28 is a magic number. I'm a specialist about cement and concrete, that concrete will become its maximum strength in 28 days. And moon cycle, for the moon to go around the earth once, it takes 28 days. Most of the natural cycles in the planet, including the period cycle of woman, is 28 days. So scientists have found that if you really want to establish a good habit or delete a bad habit, do it for 28 days. How many days? 28 days, because it's a magic number. So I wanted him to go to bed at 10 o'clock in the night and get up 5 a.m. And he said, sir, alarm is close. I told, keep the alarm 10 meters away, so that he had to walk at his speed. So he did it, and the first day he made me a call saying that, sir, I got up, but I am sleepy. In the second day, I gave him a call, and apparently he has already got up at 5 o'clock. In the third day, he realized that there is no point of just getting up and standing, and he got ready and went to the field. By the end of the first month, he was able to achieve all his targets given by the company. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of habit. In order to have a habit, it's only 28 days. In the second month, he was no needed to become so struggle to get up at 5 o'clock, because if you can do something continuously for 28 days, it will become a habit, ladies and gentlemen. In the second month, he automatically, as a habit, was able to get up at 5 o'clock. And then his income increased by 108,000 because he's given sales allowance. And I told him that, Uta, now draw a practical vision board. You can't buy a Mercedes-Benz GLS, which is costing 9 million. No point of dreaming something unrealistic. But try to dream a vehicle, SUV, where you can afford. And then he actually told me that there is a red color SUV offered by Micro company, which is 6 million, a good one. And I told him that now it's the right time for you to buy a Sakti today. And within 2 months of my trading, within 2 months of changing one habit, more rather 2 habits of finding the one moon of others, he changed that, and habit of going to sleep at 10 o'clock, he did that, and habit of getting up by 5 o'clock, he did that, changing 3 habits, only one value. He was able to drive a brand new SUV red color Jeep, actually speaking. And after 2 years, he told me that he bought a BMW X1 and he has become a senior manager. And for this single way, he phoned me and told me that he's almost going to become the CEO next year, where he can drive a Mercedes-Benz Jeep near future. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of habit. How many days you want to change a habit? Please type in the chat box. Please type in the chat box. How many days do you want to change a habit? How many days? It's 28 days. Ladies and gentlemen, how many years do you want to get BIT degree? BIT degree. How many years do you want to get BIT degree? How many years? How many years do you want to get a BIT degree? How many years? Please mention. Is it 2 or 3? Just type. How many years do you want to get a BIT degree? It's 3 years. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Get a BIT degree. You want 12 years of school education, 12 years of school education, and maybe 1 or 2 years of transition, and 3 years of BIT education, and altogether it is 16 years. You want 16 years to get a BIT degree, but it's again just an entry qualification, just a passport, enter your profession. It doesn't guarantee your success. It doesn't guarantee your dreams. It is just, and it's a very good entry qualification. It's a great entry qualification, I agree. But it cannot guarantee your success. Of course, it can facilitate to a certain extent, but it cannot guarantee. But ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to success, your BIT degree is very important. At the same time, you have to acquire profitable habits. Profitable habits. Profitable habits. And when you acquire profitable habits, you can go for your dreams. Very important. BIT is very important, and profitable habits is again very important. And now I'd like to go back to the mindset. See, this guy, he was having the value of finding the one of the others, the friends. That's not a bad value, but too much of that is really bad, right? And ladies and gentlemen, there's a simple equation. Your values and beliefs will create your attitudes. Your attitudes, values and beliefs will create your mindset. And your mindset will create your thoughts and feelings. Like not the face, mano bagdamadamma, mano setta, manomaya, manas hamadeta peratu gaman karai. Your mindset is manasa. Your mindset will create your thoughts and feelings. Your thoughts and feelings will create your actions. And your actions will create your results. And your actions will create your habits and results. And your habits and results will create your life. At the end of the day, your life is created by your values, beliefs, and attitudes. And you understand that? Because your values and beliefs will create the attitudes, and it will create the mindset, and it will create mindset will create the thoughts and feelings, and the thoughts and the feelings will create the actions and the habits, and the actions and the habits will create the results, and the results can create the life. So if you really want to change your life, if you really want to improve your life, if you really want to go to your next level, you have to change your values, beliefs, and attitudes. You have to value your degree, BIT. You should know the fact that when you are doing your BIT degree, you must be thorough with the technical aspect of it, programming aspect of it, right? Without thorough technical know-how, you can't be a great IT engineer. So your values shouldn't be just getting this BIT 3 letters. If that is your value, you are not going to go ahead with a great journey. Your value must be, you must get BIT 3 letters, the knowledge, the skill set, particularly the technical skills. And only the technical skill is not sufficient, and that's where the soft skills also going to be mattered, right? So you have to get the leadership skills, communication skills, and other email writing skills, meeting handling skills, people skills, social skills to survive in an organization. Because you should be able to not only do the programming and the coding, but rather you should be able to talk to clients, understand their needs, and all these needs, not only soft skills, but also technical skills. Both skills are important, and your values must align to that. And you believe that if you can develop your skills, you can go up. You can get a good job. You can go to your dreams. You have to believe that. These values and these beliefs will create your attitudes about your VIP program, your attitudes about IT profession, your attitude about your life, and it will create your mindset about your IT profession, VIP program, and it will create your thoughts and feelings, and it will create your actions. And action can be, if you have a very good attitude about BIT, you feel like doing your assignment to the fullest. You see, and you really learn some technical things. You really learn some technical stuff. You really learn some technical coding. You really learn some soft skills, and these actions will create habits and results, and ultimately you can become a great IT professional. So if you really want to become a great IT professional, please type in the chat box, I am going to be a great IT professional. Right? Please type in the chat box, I am going to be a great IT professional. Right? You have to get this value to your mindset that will change your habits, that will change your attitudes, that will change your actions and results. I am going to be a great IT professional. So having BIT 3 letters is important, but you should try something beyond that. IT skills, technical skills, management skills, and the soft skills, right? And that is very, very important. And in doing so, ladies and gentlemen, now you may be having little frustration. Okay, semester 1 ivaruna, semester 2 ivaruna, I'm too late. You may feel like I'm too late. Don't think like that. Never late. There's nothing called late. You can start now. You can start now. Please type in the chat box, I am starting now. I am starting now. I am starting now. Please type in the chat box, I am starting now. I am starting now. Amazing, superb, amazing. I am starting now. And ladies and gentlemen, here I would like to connect my lecture with one of the lessons that I learned from my elder son, Umet. Sometimes back, roughly about 6 years back, when he was just 4 years, I was preparing for a presentation at a leading bank, and he just approached me because he wanted to see what is happening on the computer. He just approached me saying, "Tati, tuck a little bit." He wanted to come to my lap and see what is happening on the computer. So I just took him to my lap. Within a couple of seconds, I got a SMS from the managing director of that bank. I was just replying that. And within maximum of 1 minute, I replied and came back to the screen, and I realized that my son has entirely deleted my presentation. At that very point, I realized that tuck, little bit is very easy, but it's extremely powerful. Tuck, little bit is extremely easy, but it's extremely powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, the following day, I didn't have any other option other than going to that bank without a presentation, because it was not even available in the recycle bin. I don't know what press he has pressed, actually speaking. So I was just talking about the power of little bit, and I was able to change that bank entirely, so that the bank has become one of the leading Sri Lankan bank into customer service during that year. Little bit is extremely easy, but it's extremely powerful. I don't want you to do many actions. Do a little bit. Try to learn BIT little bit with not only your head, but also with your heart. Try to learn coding with little bit of interest. Try to use your brain a little bit more. Try to love you little bit frequently. Try to learn soft skills, other skills, little bit every day. That's very important. That's very important. Chutak yanne godak lesi habai. Chutak yanne godak balabat. When it comes to skills, I would like to actually do one of my very important book. Can you see this? Can you see this? Can you guess what this is? If you can guess what this is, please type in the chat box what this is. Any guesses? What is this book? Yeah, it's a dictionary. This is Lorena Silva Dictionary, published in 1901. 1901. 01. This dictionary is having so much affiliation to me. I studied at the Hollywood Central College. And I was in we had 11 classes in my grade. 11 classes. I was in the best class out of those 11 classes. There's something called best class, right? And we had an English teacher. He usually comes and only teaches to one student, that is a son of another English teacher, a friend of him. He's not even looking at our faces at all. At all. So I was so upset. One day, I went to my mom and with crying tears, told her that this sir is not looking at us at all, and I'm so upset. My mom was a very, very intelligent person. She asked me, want the lesson tomorrow? And she took that lesson, English lesson, took exercise book, and she asked the words that is not known by me. Say, if I didn't know the word wind, what she does is take that exercise book, write W-A-T, wind, and write in singular wind, and write in singular yeah. So she used to write all the difficult words that I had in exercise book, which is known by her. Actually, my mother was a housewife, and my father was a principal, school principal, for a school in around the area. So then, the words she doesn't know, she went to my father and asked. Right, for example, I just write something because. Maknisal. And there are words not known by both my parents. She took this dictionary. This is used by my grandfather. He was born in 1896. He was working in the surveying department. So she took this dictionary and write it for me. And what I do is I by heart all the letters, all the words. Following day, when I went to class, even though the teacher is looking at me or not, I answered. Then he started looking at his friend's son as well as my face. And apparently, we had 420 students in the class. And for all of us, there are only 2 distinctions. One to me, actually. Thanks to my mom and thanks to this dictionary. I'm still using the English that I learned from my mom. Probably my pronunciation is not all that perfect, right? But I know that I can communicate. But I think there is space for development in my pronunciation, my vocabulary, my grammar, etc. But I want to highlight this because when it comes to skills, you have to take actions. Nowadays, there are enough methods to learn English, learn communication, learn other skills because of thanks to the internet, Google, etc. Make use of these things. So, ladies and gentlemen, end of the day, my summary is love yourself. I love me so much. I love my thought. I love my brain. It helped me to deliver this speech. I love electricity, the fan, the AC, the bulbs. I love the people who invented all these things, without which the computer, the dongle, without which I don't think I can do this lecture. I'm so grateful. Love your brain. Left side, the right side, the middle brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain. Do that dance every morning. When it comes to your success, you have to question your values. When you change your values and beliefs, you change your attitudes. When you change your attitudes, you change your mindset. When you change your mindset, you change your actions and your thoughts and feelings. When you change your thoughts and feelings, you change your actions and habits. When you change your actions and habits, you change your results. When you change your results, you change your life. And have profitable habits. In order to acquire one habit, you need only how many days? 28 days. And acquire profitable skills. In acquiring that, use the concept චූටක් කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් ලේසි. හැබැයි චූටක් කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් බලවත්. Learn every day a little bit. 1 to the power 365 is 1. 1 to the power 365 is 1. When we add 0.01 to 1, it becomes 1.01. And 1.01 to the power 365 is 37.8. If you're poor at coding, learn coding a little bit every day for 365 days, where if it is equal to 0.01 incremental growth, you will become 37.8 times better than today. Similarly with your communication skills, right? So, have dreams, love yourself, love your brain, love BIT, acquire profitable habits, acquire profitable skills, change your values, and practice the power of golden little bit.